That's unheard of. We got to do something. Otherwise, we won't have future forwards and centers out there tomorrow.
Did you enjoy doing the ads? Did you learn anything?
Absolutely. I think what I did is learn that there's a world outside of laughter. So now I'm going to be using my laughter to get your attention and then give you a message.
Congratulations. The ads were very nice. Let's go back to Dick.
Thank you, Pat. Start of the second quarter. Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah Thomas in the backcourt. James Edwards with his first appearance of this game. Misses the shot. The rebound by Cooper. Mark Aguirre is in there along with Rick Mahorn, the two starters at forward for Detroit. David Rivers remains the point guard. Cooper, the shooting backcourt man. And Woolridge with Thompson and Worthy. Woolridge fights his way in. Rebound by Edwards. 35 points, not only the most for the Lakers in this series, but the highest total for either team in any quarter. And they're going to get Woolridge with the foul. That's his second personal.
I didn't think that Aguirre really had any area to go that time. Woolridge, you know, questioning the call. He thought that he took away the baseline move.
Aguirre, good defense that time by Woolridge. Out of bounds, it's Lakers ball. The leading scorer for the Pistons, Dumars and Sally each with 6. Worthy with 17 at nearly half of the 35 Laker total. He missed his first shot, then hit his last 8.
One matchup to watch is Aguirre on Woolridge.
Mahorn is guarding Worthy now, and he'll play him physically. Worthy misses after hitting 8 in a row. Rebound, Vinnie Johnson. Pistons trail by 12. Aguirre. Worthy clear.
Detroit needs Aguirre to get going here and give them some outside perimeter shooting.
Edwards, Thomas, Vinnie Johnson, and Aguirre. They have 4 offensive players in the Detroit lineup. And a three-point basket by Cooper. That's his 9th of this series, so he's come through long range, Hubie.
He's playing well.
Thomas going strong to the hoop, has it blocked by Woolridge, but a foul is called. It'll be against the Lakers, of course. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar replaces Worthy, who gets a hand. Worthy goes out having scored 17. Here's Pat O'Brien.
Dick, a check on Dennis Rodman. They're still icing his back, as you can see there. He has a spasm. They're quite painful, but he will play again, and they're just trying to loosen him up a little bit, and that's what's happening there.
Thank you, Pat.
See, with Mahorn going out early in the quarter, Dick, and then also Rodman having back troubles, that was a major reason also to help Worthy get off a big jump.
He missed the second, made the first. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as you saw back in the game, Worthy getting his first breather with a superb first quarter. Rivers picked up the personal, his first. Here's Michael Thompson, and fouled by James Edwards inside. Edwards, of course, who was originally drafted by the Lakers and was traded in a deal that sent Adrian Dantley, of all people, to the LA Lakers. And strange roads that players travel, don't they?
Well, you know, he was a third-round draft pick out of the University of Washington, and Kareem really helped this game. And, you know, he contributes to Kareem. He was in competition, you know, not with him, but trying to be the backup center, and Kareem told him, you know, perfect that fadeaway jump shot, James. It's unstoppable.
He did, and it is.
Yes. You don't go 11 years in this league averaging double figures without some good offensive moves.
The lead is 16 now by the Lakers. Illegal defense called against LA, so that's the first one. It's a warning. Look at the shooting by Detroit by 7-minute span.
Well, if you notice, Detroit cannot get inside of the painted area or get near the rim. They're either being fouled or they're getting to force off some pretty tough shots.
Cooper trying to keep Vinnie Johnson within reason. Plenty of time on the clock. Vinnie Johnson hits. They were in his face in the fourth quarter. The Lakers were wondering what could they do against him. And he just continued to fire and score.
Well, Vinnie says, when I'm hot and I'm on fire, I get in that zone. It doesn't matter who's on me and where his hand is.
Michael Cooper, two-point basket that time, but Cooper has hit 2 perimeter shots now. 42-26.
They must get up on Cooper and force him to put the ball on the floor.
Vinnie Johnson shooting over Kareem. But here's Edwards. Knocked away, and it'll still be Detroit's ball.
Excellent deflection that time by David Rivers. Went right in there. James Edwards had a possible dunk.
Yes, Television City in Hollywood, California. Another beautiful day. And inside the Forum in Inglewood, California, one of the big weapons for the Detroit Pistons have been their bench that goes 4 deep. And they've all performed well in this series. Rodman with the rebounding. Sally, Vinnie Johnson, and James Edwards.
See, right now, the Laker offense, Dick, is really putting and straining this group of people. There's the key guy in this bench control, because when he's in there with Sally, they have their 2 SWAT men, the shot blockers, the guys that run the lanes for them extremely well.
Looks like Rodman's trying to make sure he's all right and getting set perhaps to return to the game shortly. Vinnie Johnson. Lakers are up by 16.
The major success here is Detroit can't score, and the Lakers are holding them to 1 shot.
Kareem finds Rivers. He has to continue to take that shot. He's missed them all thus far. He's come in and has had to play a lot of minutes with Tony Campbell, the starting guard, on the bench with 3 personal fouls.
Detroit must stay within their continuity offensive stuff, because right now they're kind of struggling. They're not getting good shot opportunity. Give the Lakers credit. They're doing an excellent job defensively.
3 on the shot clock and a foul. Dumars tries to work his way on the baseline. The shooting so far with a huge edge to Los Angeles. 64% to only 41 for Detroit. That foul is on David Rivers, his second. Dumars is on the line.
See, there's a term in basketball, bodying up. Anytime that you're playing a dribbler, if you can get away with it, you're trying to play him from the waist down with your legs as you're pumping him and then getting a hand on him also. Now, we are seeing that with the Lakers tonight. They're coming out, they're establishing that they're going to be physical. Now, so when it does get called, they put you on the line. But if it doesn't get called, they force you into some bad shot attempts.
And Robin's one of the best at bodying up on the Detroit side. Dumars hits the free throws. Dumars is averaging nearly 29 a game in this series. 3.5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown. Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Willard fights his way in. You're seeing some people you wouldn't expect to see in a final, like David Rivers, the rookie, because Magic Johnson and Byron Scott are unable to play. Maguire finally gets a basket. He had not hit one in the last 2 games before that jumper. Waiting to come in is James Worthy, who had 17 first quarter points. Kareem in good position. Open is Rivers. And Johnson. So Rivers is 0 for 4 from the field. Mahorn. Basket counts and a foul as Cooper and Mahorn had a little contact going in. Here's Worthy, who hit 8 in a row at one time in the first quarter, will replace David Rivers. And right now, here's Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Dick, in the last 2 Detroit huddles, there have been 3 subjects. James Worthy, and James Worthy. Back to you.
So I would deduce that the subject was James Worthy. Wouldn't you think so?
Well, they're still within excellent striking distance here. The defense just must pull itself together.
Michael Thompson goes in for the layup. Last touch by a Laker. 44-32. Pat Riley's team had a 16-point lead. Now the Pistons trying to come back. 7:25 remaining in the half.
Main thing is with Detroit is stay within your offense and attack the basket.
Johnson with a good fake on Worthy. Another basket and a foul. They missed the chance for a 3-point play a few moments ago and can do it again.
What you're trying to do, by what I just said, is keep attacking. Force the Lakers to continue to challenge in the shot blocking area. As the fatigue factor enters in, instead of shot blocks and maybe intimidation, what you do is you get fouls.
Michael Michael Thompson picks up his first foul and goes to the sidelines, replaced by A.C. Green. Pistons now have scored 7 in a row to cut the lead to 9. And a timeout called by the Lakers. A good timeout called by Pat Riley. I think even the coach, Hubie Brown, would agree to keep him at bay.
Absolutely.
Got him off to a hot start with 17 points in the first quarter, but Hubie Brown, the Pistons have cut the lead now, and of their 12 points in the quarter, 8 have come from the big three, the three musketeers of Dumars, Thomas, and Vinnie Johnson.
Well, because they're taking it down in there, they're already shooting the one-on-one, the bonus roll. So we know that Chuck Daly likes the movement, likes what's being created, but then when you're on the road, it always comes down to two things: your shot selection and your defense at the other end of the floor.
Meanwhile, at the last timeout, this was Dennis Rodman running the baseline to see if his back is all right. He had to come out in the first quarter, and he gave the nod to Mike Abdenauer. I can go back in. Meanwhile, the Pistons go with the same 5. Rodman, Dumars, Edwards, Mahorn, and Aguirre. Kareem is fouled, and if it's Edwards, that'll be James Edwards. Second personal foul, and the Pistons second.
Well, Detroit continues to play Kareem one-on-one every time he catches the ball low. And if that would continue, you know that Kareem can get a shot anytime that he wants.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, two-time MVP in the NBA Finals, and he got them 14 years apart. Most people don't even have careers half that long. This is the second. The lead is 10 for the Lakers.
The Lakers are in their half-court trap now.
Trying to get the ball out of the hands of those 3 guards. Mahorn in the corner. They double-team Vinnie Johnson. Dumars fires the jumper. Rebound by Orlando Woolridge. He's been a tiger off the boards.
He's been really skying tonight.
Worthy. Guarded by Dumars on a mismatch in the low post. Kareem with the skyhook off the mark. Green got tied up, and the Pistons come back. 2 on 4, but there's Vinnie Johnson slicing his way up and drawing the foul. Normally, Dumars does guard Worthy, but when they're solo in the low post, that's an advantage for Worthy. Woolridge with the personal foul. That'll be his 3rd. So Woolridge picks up a tough 3rd here.
Yeah, this is a big decision for Pat, but he's going to stay with Woolridge right now because he feels he's making a big contribution. You know, when you're dealing with bench guys, you always must realize that, hey, let them take their fouls. Don't worry about them if they're making a contribution, because you still have your first unit players to play later on in the game.
But because his bench is depleted without Magic and Byron Scott, if they get into foul trouble, he really is hurting, and David Rivers will replace Woolridge, who goes out with 3 fouls.
Well, he thought that one over for quite a while.
Tony Campbell, who started at guard, has not come back after picking up his 3rd. So Pat Riley really has to mix and match now to hang in there. Fortunately for him, he has a lead of 9.
Well, see, it's a major decision for a coach to make there right now. Does he want to stay big or does he go small?
Vinnie Johnson misses the free throw. Magic and Tony Campbell conversing. Nearly halfway through the second period. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cooper with a high arcing shot missing.
Give Detroit credit. They're starting to really strangle the offense now, forcing bad shots.
Sooner or later they do it. Lately it's been later, the 4th quarter. James Edwards. Rebound A.C. Green. Rivers, rookie from Notre Dame. Kareem, and they'll call it on Edwards, and that'll be 3 on James Edwards.